What's going on, guys? Sync-WaVey back again with some more GBO2, and this is probably going to be a long video, so I hope you stay to the end because I've got a lot on my mind. Um, First of all, I'm getting burnt out on this game, and it usually happens around these times. Like after 2 years or so, if the game is not bringing forth anything interesting, I get burnt out and end up usually playing in a different game. Happened well with Dark Souls. Dark Souls really last a lifetime. Um, from Dark Souls into Armor Core. Armor Core last the last time. That Armor Core was. I mean, the thing is about those two games is you could literally make builds like every day. New mechs on Armor Core. Like Armor Core scene was the best scene, competitive wise, for things to do in the game. You're just literally making new armor cores and testing out different builds, and there was UNAX unmanned, basically computer controlled armor cores that you would program yourself, like to the T, to everything you program, to the movement it does, to what weapons it will bring out on different ranges, like how close it is to the enemy. Like it would bring out like a melee, or you would literally be programming everything about that thing. That game was mathematical, like 100%. It was big brain, and if you was into like making stuff, like I know a lot of people, you guys like building Gunpla. Well, that's basically what Armor Core was like. You're building Armor Cores literally every day, but you get to mix and match different parts, and like kind of like Gundam Breaker, but it was like it was a way more in what's the word? Way more detailed, should I put, and what you could do, um, to the point where like whatever like legs you had and head and core, which was your torso basically, and the arms would actually affect your defenses, like, and you'd have to, yeah, it, bro, like I could go in for hours about that game. But that game was interesting, right? It's not like Gundam where we have to wait for a week to see what the new suit is, and then you might not even get it. Okay, that's kind of like bad. I know it's random and all that, and it's just free to play, but at the same time, it's what adds to the discouragement to the game. Say you don't get the new suit, and then you don't get the new suit, and that new suit that just came out was like really strong, and everybody's using it.
It's okay. It's not bad.
And then it like kind of ruins the game, like the Cubely, the Metis, and I was like the devs are like questionable, because like think about it, right? Yeah, I hate to talk about this, but it just has to be talked about again. This is the last time I'm talking about this, because I'm getting burnt out of this game so much where I'm gonna really slow down playing this game, and you may not even see me play this game for a little while. You might see me every now and then getting my tokens. Like I'll be playing them A and B rooms and getting out. Like I'm probably not gonna be playing rated no more, because the player base is toxic. Like I'm not. It's not all that. It's not just because of that. It's like everything, man. Like the game is getting stale. I'm getting burnt out. I'm really getting burnt out, and It's
Yeah.
and it's the devs' fault really. Like it's like I don't know, man. Do they actually listen to the community? But like first of all, I'm just gonna put this out there. Double Zeta had a transformation, but they said
Yeah.
they couldn't find a way to balance it. Right? They couldn't find a way to balance a transform mobile suit, but literally would have had a mechanic similar to Gadfly, but have missiles. So that the charging double beam rifle, when it's transformed, you would have the cannons on the shoulder that would probably instant stun you, and you would have missiles. Okay? Right, and it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
The target's going to be huge. What's unbalanced about that? Because all you're adding to that suit, all you're adding to the suit is the ability to fly and instant stun with its cannons. That's literally it. And the fact that it can ram into you. That's all you're adding to the suit, right? And then you bring out the Cubely, which is the strongest thing in the game. And then later on you bring out the Methus, which is the best flying mobile armor at the time when it first came out, and it still is really strong. It still is really strong. But look what happened. They balanced it, guys. So
yeah, my game's 1 minute.
Can you read between the lines right here and understand like everybody that likes Double Zeta basically they're just saying we don't care. We say we couldn't balance it just because we wanted to get it out so we can make money off you guys, and that's it. But you bring out the Memphis and you made it OP. It was literally OP, and now you've balanced it. Like bro, it hurts my head to even think about it. Like, it's like you're telling me you couldn't bring out Double Zeta with its transformation and then balance it if it was too OP, just the same way as you did to the Methods. What are they talking about, people? Like, you guys are delusional that are backing up BB and saying, yeah, it would have been too strong. If you guys believe that, man, if you guys make an excuse and say, it didn't transform in the anime, dude, why does every other game make it transform? Why does Gundam Next make it transform? Why does Maximus make it transform? Gundam Versus make it transform? We don't care about the old games. Don't bring out no old games, man. We are talking about the new games. The new games, even some of the old games, they had a transformation. But I've heard people say, like really old games, and it didn't transform in them games. It's like, dude, we're in the future, man. Like, these things should it's capable of transforming in the anime from Mobile Suit to G Fortress mode, from G Fortress mode to Mobile Suit. So allow it to happen. Don't come up with these excuses saying, like, how are they going to make it split into the 3 core fighters and then transform that? They didn't need to do that because it didn't do it in Gundam Battle Operations Next. It didn't do that in Gundam Battle Operations Next. It transformed from Mobile Suit straight into G Fortress. So they could have just added that to the game. And if it was too strong, they could have balanced it just the way they did to Memphis. But they didn't do it because they're being lazy, man. Let's be real, man. They're still giving them. Why are we giving them leeway on the game that they're supposed to be passionate about? They're clearly not passionate about it. Otherwise, they would have updated the performance on this game. They would have already nerfed the Cubely regardless of how many suits are in 650. Come on, man. We already know the Cubely is dominating the scene, bro. Like you just got Cubely versus Cubely, bro. You make like in here.
Yep.
This is an exception because the new suit came out, so you'll see the DJ and you're seeing other suits in there because they're probably like testing their suit against the new DJ, and that's what you see. And not a single Cubely except me. I'm the only Cubely Mark 2 in the game. In there, I don't even think there's a Cubely on enemy team. They're all DJs. But I brought this
Yeah.
out. I brought this video out just to show that the new DJ can't even take on the Mark 2. Like at 650, because it's not really that good. Yeah, 600 maybe, but at 650, it's not really that good. And if you see the Japanese players, they're
Again.
mostly have
Say that
uploaded
again,
footage of it of the 600 cost, not the 650. Okay, so
Yeah.
if you guys really I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone out there that's
In
saying
my
this thing
opinion,
could take on the
it's a
Cubelies.
better suit
Like
for
you out your mind.
like
But
all round type of
it can
stuff.
barely take on Double Zeta, and Double Zeta is the worst suit at 650. Like I don't even need to put out footage of that. Like I can prove it if you really want me to. I can prove it, but I'm getting burnt out, man. I'm literally getting burnt out of this game, and the game's not bringing anything I'm interested in. It just happens all the time with every game that I played. It's the devs do something to the game that makes it pretty
Yeah, my games go
controversial,
1 minute
and
and
it changes up
30.
everything, and it feels like they're catering more to a casual player base, which doesn't make any sense in this game because this game is not mainstream. You see the Double Zeta. The Double Zeta is a skill-based mobile suit, but it's the worst mobile suit in the tier because of how much skill you have to put into that suit, right? Now you see me do good with it. You see me do it good against it with 650 because like I have that type of skill to actually fight the QB. Not everybody can do that.
I'm literally the only
I mean,
QB
there's a few
in my
people that can
team.
do it, but not everybody can do that.
And they have
Okay,
a bunch of
so
the new DJs
the Double
in
Zeta
Gundam.
should be better than what it is, so it rewards you more when you actually use it in a skillful manner.
So it's kind of
Like that's what I'm saying. They should slightly dumb it down a bit and give it instant stun.
oh
You
what?
know,
Come
it
on,
would
bro.
be 100% more better. Make those missiles a little bit faster. If they bring out the enhanced Zeta, bro, and basically make this suit redundant, make the Double Zeta redundant, like that's gonna be so sad, bro. Especially if they make the enhanced Zeta transform as well. You know how sad that's gonna be for people that got Double Zeta when it first came out. The original Zeta, Double Zeta. You know how discouraging that would feel. And then imagine they spend all their tokens now to try and get the enhanced and not get the enhanced version.
Oh my days,
Now
bro.
how like bro, people will leave the game.
That was funny.
People will leave the game, man, just because of those type
Oh
of
my
things.
day,
They'll
bro.
just be like, "Oh, this game is trash, bro." Like they just
Yo,
made the Double Zeta
I just did
redundant,
170,000 damage, bro.
obsolete. They just made it obsolete because they brought out an enhanced version.
He
Like,
was
how trash
getting
would that be?
bullied.
Um,
10 kills, 3 deaths. Yeah, I got
but
killed.
yeah, my whole point
What do you
is
mean? Click that,
like
click
2 year mark, man.
that.
Um, with Fortnite, like
More of a
it's
shoot
more
'em up.
yeah, it's more like a 3 year mark. 3 years. Like they started adding
Nowadays.
questionable things, and yeah, basically all these game developers they have the same mindset, and obviously it's just purely money fueled thoughts. And only Armor Core is the only game that I know that is kind of stayed true to its hardcore player base. Like it was way more
Yeah.
hardcore in 5, and so they did dumb it down a little bit, but it was like the mechanics wasn't really dumbed down. It was still hard for a new player to put time into the game. But you know, I was a new player and I literally became one of the best Armored Core players in that game. Not even trolling. Like my clan that I had, like literally have beaten the best of the best. So, and we was always like out. It was like a weekly leaderboard, and like we was always in the top 10, maybe even the top 5,
Yeah.
like in a row. Like first place, second place, like you know. Throughout that lifespan of that game, we was probably always in the top 5, top 10. Um, But like in that game, you could like manipulate that. Like the tryhard players would literally gain the leaderboard points purely off of fighting other clans. But there was a little bonus kind of mission where you'd be sortying to go find a sortie to find other clans. But sometimes you might get they might fight a boss to get points. I can't remember what they called them back then, but it was basically like an unmanned mobile armor that you would fight. If I was like in Gundam terms, imagine like with your clan and you're looking for a match, and then all you guys end up having to try and fight the Psycho Gundam. That would be sick, right? And you'd get points off of that if you defeated the Psycho Gundam, and that's how Armored Core was. So it was like it was so much fun in that game, man. And you even had Reaper squads where you would be trying to look for. You'll be a mercenary. If you weren't in a clan, you'd be a mercenary, right? And you'd be trying to look for people to recruit you to use you as part of your team. And then if you couldn't find, the matchmaking couldn't find you a clan. Like 4 of the mercenaries that were looking, any 4. I don't know how many people will be looking, but there'll be people looking, obviously. And the game will automatically put 4 people together, and you will literally be called the Reaper Squad. It was like a Reaper Squad, and it was just basically a bunch of mercenaries. And you know it would find a team, and but being a Reaper Squad, like being a part of a Reaper Squad was like rare to see. And like fighting a Reaper Squad was rare, but when it happened, it was kind of like intimidating. When you saw a Reaper Squad, like you knew like it was like some mercenaries like coming to like mess up some people's games. Like sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, but it was interesting. That's for sure. But yeah, I think the only games that I've liked and played a lot of, and that they were competitive, like was like I played a lot of Overwatch, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. Those games didn't really last long. The Armored Core was the longest competitive game probably I've ever played, and Fortnite. Like Fortnite was very competitive, very big brain. The building thing is not a joke. You can call it a kids game all you want. That game was very big brain.
They was getting bullied.
Like
10 kills, 3 deaths.
you have the mechanical skill.
What do you mean?
But they started adding things to like reduce that mechanical skill, so the casual player base wouldn't get trashed on all the time, right? But they actually basically made some people get bored of that game real quick after they did that. And it's kind of the same way they're doing this game. I mean, they're adding questionable suits, like brain dead kind of suits. And it's like, I know, like, I'm sure they could have made the QBD kind of skill based. Maybe I made it have a charge and beam rifle or something. Like, not
Yeah.
made the funnel so strong. I don't know, man. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm getting burnt out, and these are usually the times where I start to get burnt out with certain games that I play. So I will
Yeah.
not be uploading as much as I used to. I don't even care about viewership. I really do not. Like, I do this for fun. Like, me taking your request, I'm not asking for money. I'm doing it for fun. You know, I'm doing it to challenge myself and that. And I still will finish those requests. But, you know,
Yeah.
I don't care about money, man. Like, I really don't. Um, just get a legit job, you know. Like people, you know, I know people make a lot of money for YouTube, but you know that's not me.
Say that again.
I'm not even trying to be like that.
Say
I'm
that
not
again.
trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not trying to be a big time streamer. I do this for fun. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
if my channel grows, it's cool. You know,
It's good. In my
it's
opinion,
really
it's
whatever to me.
the best suit for
Obviously, it'll
like
be a
all around
blessing
type
if
of
my channel
playstyle.
does grow and like I can start trying to make money out of it because like, obviously that help out my family and all that type of stuff. But yeah, it's not a big deal, man. Like, and yeah, I'm just getting bored of. I think I'm just getting bored in gaming in general. I'm getting old, man. You know, I've exhausted my youth, pretty much. I mean, like every game that I've played since Armor Core, well, even before Armor
Yeah, my
Core,
hands go.
if there was an
Yeah.
online
Like
thing
that.
about it, like I always gave it my all and always was like trying to be the best player, you know, and try to get to that type of level where, you know, I get recognized by the community and stuff like that. I literally, since like every game, like Dragon Ball Z, I was like first in the world, first in Europe at one point. Um, Trying to make a name for myself. Uh, Also did questionable things in that game as well. I've
It's
rage quit
really
in that
weird
game
how
before
much
because of
unity
latency and
on
stuff
my
like that.
team right now.
With people,
And they
you know,
have
because
a
that
bunch
game it
of new
had bad
DJs.
netcode
So
and I didn't like losing I didn't like losing my rank based off of lag and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
it's
like
kind of like
I took games really seriously back then as well. But then, like you know, I get older.
come on.
I don't care about disconnects and all that stuff. I don't care to try and do that now. You know, obviously I'm too old to be trying to I don't like it's not even that serious. You know what I mean? But this game, I'm getting bored of it. I really am. They really need to bring out something crazy for me to like be passionate about this game again because I'm really getting to the point where I'm done. um, I will
Oh
be
my
uploading every
days,
now
bro.
and then, but not as much. And that
That's
basically
funny.
this is the whole video. The whole point of this
Oh
video.
my day, bro.
Like it's mostly the devs' fault. Just blame the devs
Yo,
because they do it to
I
every
just did
game that I play.
170,000
They
damage, bro.
literally do it to every game. They ruin the game somehow, and I just leave it.
Damn,
I'm
yeah,
just tired of it.
bullied.
2 years, man. But anyway,
Kill
that
streak.
is the video,
Yo, take that.
and I'll
What
catch
do
you
you
guys
mean?
in the next one. God
Take that,
bless.
take that.